Have you noticed these dark circles or puffy under eye bags lately? Then this video is for you. We're going over the top causes as well as treatments for these baggy, dark eyelids. Let's focus in. Hey, howdy everybody, I'm Dr. Neil Gaiman, Dr. EyeGuy, with a show that keeps your eyes healthy and your vision clear, and I talk all about the eyes, so make sure you subscribe so I can help you with your eyes. Now let's talk about those dark, baggy eyelids. To understand the causes of these under eye bags, let's go over the anatomy of the lower eyelids. Our eyelid skin, top and bottom, is a very thin skin, and on top of that, as we age, that skin structure tends to degrade and loosen over time. And so if you have any vessel dilation, you tend to get those dark circles, or if you had fluid retention or fluid buildup in that area, you tend to get that under eye bag. Another note is that genetics plays a role in how much pigmentation we might have around our eyelid skin, as well as the structure of our eyelid skin, and that's something we just can't avoid. So let's go over the main causes of these dark circles and eyelid bags. Number one is sleep. Sleep is your eyelid's time to rejuvenate the skin. If you have lack of sleep, it doesn't have time to keep the eyelids tight, and so you tend to get fluid buildup and vessel dilation in that area, so you get these dark, puffy eyelids. Sleep position is also very important. If you sleep prone or maybe on your side, then fluid will tend to build up and won't drain out of your eyelids, and then you'll wake up with these puffy eyelids in the morning. And then on the flip side of things, if you sleep too much, that gives the eyes too much time for the fluid to build up and pool in your eyelids, and then you'll wake up looking like a mess even though you slept a ton. The next big cause is allergies. If you're exposed to an allergen, maybe dust or pollen, that tends to get on the eyelid skin or maybe the eyelashes, and it causes a histamine response, which causes inflammation, more fluid buildup, and those dark circles under your eyelids. As well as on top of that, if you have allergies and you itchy eyes, you tend to rub your eyes a lot, and that can cause the puffiness to get worse. And with the allergies, there's a term in the clinic I like to use called allergic shiners. The dark circles in your eyelids from the allergies can get so bad it looks like you have a bruised eye or someone punched you in the eye. Allergic shiner. Ultraviolet rays or UV damage is another big one. It can cause the degradation of the skin of the face, including the eyelids, making the skin more loose, making more prone to develop those under eye bags. Leaving on eye makeup can also irritate the skin around the eyelids, as well as something called blepharitis, an overproduction of bacteria around the eyelids, maybe flakes on the eyelashes, that can cause your eyelids to inflame and making it have that puffy under eye bag look. And this next one is probably the biggest cause for many people, and that is taking in too much salt in your diet. Like most people in America, we tend to take in sodium or salt way too much in our diet, and that salt tends to hold water inside the structures of our body, including the skin of our eyelids. And so a lot of times when you eat a salty meal, or if you have a few days where you're eating a lot of salt, you'll go to bed and wake up with those under eye bags or those dark circles, and that's because that salt is retaining fluid in there. Now let's talk about the treatment, or what can you do about these under eye bags or these dark circles. Number one on the list would be to get better sleep. It's recommended to get between 7 to 9 hours of sleep, not too little, not too much. We're all busy, so good luck on that one. Along the same line, sleep position is also very important. You want to try to sleep on your back with a slight incline. That will allow the fluid to drain down so it doesn't pool in your eyelids. The next thing on the list is you want to be ready to go with your allergy medications, including your allergy eye drops. So make sure you check out my video about the best over-the-counter allergy eye drops. The number one on the list would probably be Pataday. This will definitely help with your eye allergies. For that UV light damage, you want to make sure that you're wearing 100% UV blocking sunglasses as much as you can. Sunglasses don't just protect your eyeballs, but they protect the skin of your eyelids. The next one would be to always remember to remove your makeup before you go to bed. Also to treat your blepharitis. Check out my video that I did about how you can get rid of or treat your blepharitis at home. The next one can be tricky but also very, very important, and that is to control the salt intake through your diet. If you can take in less salt, controlling how much salt you're taking in, That will definitely help with a lot of things of the body, but definitely help with how much fluid you are going to retain, and that will help with the under eye bags for sure. Another thing that I didn't mention with the causes, but that would be smoking. Smoking can definitely degrade the structure of the eyelids, and so you want to try your best to quit smoking. Now here are a couple tips to help you with those under eye bags or those dark circles, especially if you just woke up and notice that your eyelids are puffy. Now like I said before, that dark color comes from blood vessel dilation, and that thin skin allows you to see that a lot easier. And along with that, the under eye bags come from the fluid retention from those dilated vessels. So one big tip to constrict those blood vessels, to make the eyelid skin a little bit tighter, to get that fluid out of there, would be cold compresses. Now you can also use a cool compress eye mask like this, or you can use something frozen out of the freezer like a bag of vegetables or a bag of fruit or even some frozen meat. Another popular tip that many people use is using the tea bag trick. And you want to use tea that has caffeine in it. Caffeine can be absorbed through the skin of the eyelids, and caffeine can constrict blood vessels, making that darker color to go away. And so you just apply a tea bag on your eyelids for a little bit, and they'll constrict the blood vessels and also tighten up the skin as well. Now one thing I want you to be aware of is if you're getting these under eye bags more frequently, it could be a sign of something else going on, some thyroid issues or cardiovascular issues, and so it'd be a good idea to go see your primary care provider to get things checked out. Now if you've noticed that you have constant under eye bags and maybe have gotten worse as you have aged, then the cause of this could be something else and also very common. Now like I said before, the skin of the eyelid tends to degrade over time and it loses its structure, and so a common thing that will happen is the orbital fat, or the fat right underneath the eyeball, will slip forward and push out and bulge out the eyelid, causing that under eye bag, and that fat won't get sucked back in. So then you just have this redistribution of fat that bulges out the eyelid. Now you can still use the same tips to tighten up that eyelid skin to make it not look as puffy, but that fat will still remain there, and usually the only way to get rid of that fat would be to have surgery. There's a surgery that's called lower eyelid blepharoplasty, and they can remove that fat and tighten up the skin and then get rid of your under eye bags. Hey, thanks everybody for checking out this video. I'm Dr. Neil Gaiman, Dr. EyeGuy, focusing on you and your eyes. Stay focused, check out my other videos right there, and I'll see you in the next video.